Welcome to We Learn. This is session 8 of Organization Dynamics. Today we are going to cover different topics like Indian ethos in management, Indian ethos demands, value parameters, ethos oriented life. Then we will discuss different reflectors of the Indian culture. Maximum people concept will be the part of today's session. Cultural India, Indian culture, religion in India, dances of India, Indian society, cultural values. Apart from this, we will also focus the worth of values, quality of work life, how to work, and some golden rules that were given by the ethos of India, role of government, relationship in workplace, how to work as a superior and co-worker, and ethical behavior and its effects. All these are the parameters that we are going to cover in today's session. The first topic of today's session is Indian ethos in management. Indian ethos basically includes some basic principles of Indian ethos in management, which includes immense potential in the human being. According to the ethos, Indian ethos, every human being is having the immense potential. Every human being is having the intangible subject and gross tangible knowledge. Karma yoga is the another postulates that is given by the management principles. Yagah karmasu kaushalan. Yagah karmasu kaushalam. Cooperation. These are the different ethos, different principles that are given by the ethos in management. Indian ethos demands, which includes that Indian ethos demands management system which leads to an understanding of the following, like management attitude, humanizing the organizations, humanizing the organization, interiorizing the management, self-introspection, which includes self-study, self-analysis and self-critical analysis. There are different value parameters. Values which includes the meaning, that is belief about what is right and what is wrong and what is important in life. Basically, the values of any ethical parameters revolves around its right and wrong and importance. And human values is revolving towards the truthfulness, integrity and gratitude. These three things are there to help us. Next is vision, mission and values. By following certain values of gratitude, integrity, truthfulness, vision towards the goal, mission towards the goal and values towards the goal, all these can be clubbed into a single part, right? Ethos basically provides different scenario, different strategy of life, that is ethos oriented life, which believes that decent work can bring about decent life. It means if you want to derive the decent life, that can only be derived by performing the decent work. This sort of strategy, this sort of idea is derived from the ethos of the Indian culture, which provide us the ethos oriented life. There are different reflectors of Indian culture. Indian culture is very rich culture. Yes, it is true that Indian culture is very rich culture because India is having lots of things to be the part of culture, to be the part of Indian culture, like holy cow. Cow is said to be the mother of Indians. Another parameter like children knowledge, learning environment, be thinking about others, thinking about school, college, people, doctors, responsibles, thinking about the needs, thinking about the child, culture, all these things are basically the reflectors of Indian culture. Save the girl child. It is also the culture of India. Apart from this, it is also believed that while working at the organization level, if you will increase the participation ratio of the people, then that participation will increase the profitability ratio as well as the satisfaction of the people, whether it's at the management side or at the organization level, right? So maximum people means maximum profitability and maximum satisfaction. Now let us discuss something about the cultural India. Cultural India, if I were asked under what sky the human mind has most fully developed, some of its choicest gift has mostly deeply pondered on the greatest problem of life and has found solutions, I should point to India. Yeah, this was the statement that was given by the Max Muller because he was talking about the culture of India. To get the solution, I should point to the India first. So this is the worth of Indian culture, that people take advantage of this culture to resolve their problems. Indian culture can also be reflected in terms of festivals, in terms of music, in terms of dances, in terms of thought, experience. Different artistic works are there which reflects the Indian culture, like henna or mehendi, right? Indian culture can also be predicted, it can also be judged with the array of festivals. The array of festival basically includes Deepavali, Dashehra, Holi, Raksha Bandhan, Janmashtami. All these are the festival which actually reflects the culture of India. That is why an Indian culture is said to be a pinnacle of human civilization. Temples or mandirs are said to be a greatest reflectors of Indian culture. Art of India can also be achieved by viewing the culture of the India at different level of the country. That is why it is said that Indian culture is for everyone. It is not imposed on a particular रेस, एक पर्टिकुलर जाति के ऊपर सिर्फ इम्पोज नहीं है, एक पर्टिकुलर धर्म या एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन, एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेट, कंट्री पर एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. इट इज़ अप्लाइड टू एवरी वन. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ सेड दैट इंडियन कल्चर इज़ वेरी रिच because it is applicable to everyone who is the part of country. That culture is applied on that part. Religion in India. India is a country of festivals, because here lots of people, lots of culture and lots of religion, they celebrate the festival at a single platform, whether it's a Eid, Dashera, Deepavali, Christmas, whatever is there, it is celebrated at the national level. We are having holidays on that particular day, so that all the people from different culture, they can come together, close together, and they can celebrate their customs. To get an idea of the culture of India, different dances are a kind of indicator of the culture of India. Different sort of dances are there. So basically the India society or Indian society in Estonia means there is a peace, there is a truth, there is a purity. Peace, truth, purity collectively adds the peace of mind to the people. In the life of the people, the peace is added by mixing three important ingredients: peace, purity, and truth. India is known by its monumentary assets also, like Lal Killa, Agra, or we can say Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Lotus Temple. All these are the things which actually reflects the Indian culture. Our national flag, it is also a reflector or indicator. People used to celebrate the festival by drawing the Rangoli, which also reflects the Indian culture. Basically, the cultural values revolves around humbleness, forgiveness, patience, transparency, charitableness, and simplicity. Now, what are the values? According to the ancient India, wisdom literature, values are the states of feelings, emotions that underpin the content of a choice, decision, and determine the manner of using the intellect to reason for justifying and implementing that choice or decision. So basically values also termed as a गुण. Values को क्या बोला जाता है? According to the Indian ethos or value system of the Indian culture, that is गुण. If you are having the गुण, you are valuable for the organization. Let us discuss about the quality of work life. Quality of work life basically revolves around the work. What to nurture each other? Yagna, it means sacrifice. Worship of the divine. Why to worship the divine? To purify the mind to purify the mind and the heart, worship is required. That is also called as a chitta shuddhi. चित्त की शुद्धि के लिए जो काम किया जाता है, that is required. To become wise, to provide public benefit. If we add these parameters in our life, then the life will become the quality of work life. How to work? Now the question arises is how to work. So with the spirit of renunciation or tyag, to serve others without self-interest. If you want to work, then work with the spirit of tyag. To serve others without self-interest, this must be the spirit of work. Excellence and perfection in work, these should be the two key parameters while working in the organization. There are certain golden rules of ethics which forms the basis of human values. First one is everything you want others to do to you. Everything you want others to do to you, you shall do to others. आप जो चीज़ चाहते हैं जो भी छोटे से छोटी या बड़ी से बड़ी चीज़ आप जो चाहते हैं कि लोग आपके साथ करें, तो सबसे पहले आपको वो चीज़ उन दूसरे लोगों के साथ करना चाहिए. Next golden rule is do not do to others that which you do not wish them to do to you. जिस टाइप का बिहेवियर आप नहीं चाहते हैं कि कोई आपके साथ करे, आप वैसा बिहेवियर दूसरों के साथ भी नहीं करेंगे. दिस इज द सेकेंड गोल्डन रूल्स ऑफ द एथिक्स. डू नॉट डू एनीथिंग टू अदर्स दैट इफ डन टू यू वुड कॉज हार्म टू यू. कोई भी ऐसा काम आपको नहीं करना है कि अगर वो काम आपके साथ हो जाए तो आपको नुकसान हो जाए. जब तो हमें ऐसे कोई काम नहीं करने चाहिए जिससे हम किसी को नुकसान पहुंचा सकें. Relationship in workplace. Relationship in workplace includes four important dimensions. First one is superior, co-workers, subordinate, trainee. There are four kind of entities which are the part of workplace: superior, co-worker, subordinate, and trainees. Now the question arises that how to work as a superior. If you are being positioned in any organization at such a position so that you are the superior from all other people, then what sort of behavior you should have as a superior? So the answer of this particular question is that follow the equality. While you are dealing with the other people, you should follow certain sort of equality. You should not consider yourself as the superior from that of the other. Rather, you should have a feeling of equality. Respect human rights. Setting and maintaining the proper code of conduct. किससे आपको किस टाइप का बिहेवियर करना है ये आपको मेंटेन करके चलना पड़ेगा एज ए पार्ट ऑफ एज ए रोल ऑफ सुपीरियर. वर्किंग एथिकली. वट एवर यू आर डूइंग इट शुड बी अंडर द एथिक्स. एनकरेज ग्रुप कंट्रीब्यूशन इन डिसीजन मेकिंग प्लानिंग प्रोसीजर. एज ए सुपीरियर इट इज़ योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि आप अपने सबऑर्डिनेट्स को डिसीजन मेकिंग में या प्लानिंग प्रोसीजर्स में इन्वॉल्व करें. एक ट्रस्ट का एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट करना इट इज़ ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द सुपीरियर. एंड देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर फ्लो ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन द सुपीरियर टू सबऑर्डिनेट. दिस इज अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया which need to be work as a superior. Now suppose if you are working as a co-worker, then what should be your style of working? The first thing about this is, according to the ethics of India, that respect each other. Have proper communication with their co-workers. Following the organization's rules and regulation. जो भी आप काम कर रहे हैं वो organizations के rules and regulation के दायरे में करेंगे. Supporting and helping each other. एक as a co-work you should be ready to help all other people in the organization. Having clear understanding of each other's responsibility in the organizations. Participate in group activities. So the ethical behavior is basically reflected, which is a morally accepted as good and right, as opposed to bad or wrong in a particular setting. सो एथिकल बिहेवियर हमें ये समझाता है कि हमें चीज़ों को डिफ्रेंशिएट करना है, उसको एक्सेप्ट करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ गुड एंड राइट. चीज़ें अच्छी होनी चाहिए और सही होनी चाहिए, बजाय इसका कि हम उसको गंदा या बुरे के सेंस में देखें. राइट. इफेक्ट्स ऑफ एथिकल बिहेवियर. देयर आर डिफरेंट इफेक्ट्स ऑफ एथिकल बिहेवियर. एथिकल बिहेवियर किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फॉलो करने से होगा क्या, क्या क्या इफेक्ट्स जनरेट होंगे. Let us talk on that issues. Individual, work teams and organization. Ethical behavior follow करने से behavior of the individual, team and organization will be improved. It will establish a good image of the organization. If you will follow or the organization will follow some sort of ethical behavior, then it will have a positive and better impact at the part of organization, because it will create a very positive image of the organization. People can draw good responses from the customer because it ultimately leads to the satisfaction to the customer, and any organization can grow to a highest level or rank by following the satisfaction of the customer. So to achieve the satisfaction of the customer, it is mandatory that that organization or the employee of that organization should follow the ethical behavior. There are different role of the government because certain things are being imposed at the society level by using the role of the government. First thing is protecting the environment. Second thing is labor law. Third one is welfare of employees. Government should plan for these parameters and should impose it onto the society in terms of law, in terms of policy, in terms of rule and regulation. All these things can be imposed. Role of government also includes maintaining the relationship between the industries, maintaining the relationship between the industry and the society, and the welfare of the whole nation. All these parameters actually helps in generating the dynamics inside the organization. So organization can grow to an extent by using some extra milestone activities, right? So before we end, there is a do it yourself exercise for you. And do it yourself exercise includes the first question as that what are the things that reflect the Indian culture? You have to find out those areas where actually the Indian culture can be seen. Like in the session, I have taken different examples like uh, Rangoli, sports, dance activities are those things which actually reflect the Indian culture. Similarly, you have to find, while answering this particular question, you have to answer that what are the things which actually reflect the culture of the India. In the next question, you have to explain the ethical behavior. That what are the things which comes under the category of ethical behavior. So with this, we are going to finish this session. Thank you.